Hi, welcome to Antiques Down Under, our television program on antiques and collectibles.
We're searching for incredible collections, priceless rarities and curious artefacts. And along the way, we'll meet some people with the most unbelievable treasures.
This time on Antiques Down Under, Penfolds, the story behind the iconic winery.
Claudia investigates the painful history of the Chinese Lotus shoe.
And I visit the glamorous showrooms of Plessis Auctions.
We're in the Adelaide Hills at Penfolds, where the magic began back in 1844.
Starting with a medicinal drop and becoming a pioneer of the Australian wine industry. Jamie, Penfolds Grange is the stuff of legends. Tell me the story of Max Schubert.
Well, Max Schubert was the man who created Grange. He actually joined Penfolds in 1931 during the Great Depression as a messenger boy at the tender age of 16. But obviously showed some talent, worked his way through the ranks and eventually became a winemaker. He actually served in the Second World War in the Australian infantry, and upon the end of the war rejoined the company, resuming his job as a winemaker, and in 1948 was actually given the title of chief winemaker. He was determined to try and make an Australian wine which could rival those great wines of Europe for longevity and cellarability. And in 1951 created the very first experimental vintage of what is now our flagship, Penfolds Grange. In those early days, Max was really up against it. Not only, a few of the winemakers that he worked with thought that what he was doing was a little controversial, but in 1957, management realised that it was costing a lot of money and they ordered him to send samples across to their head office in Sydney, in the Queen Victoria building. And they tasted these wines and actually wrote to him saying, please stop making Grange. Luckily for us, Max had this rebellious streak in him, so he did it underground for 3 years. In those dark days when Max Schubert was ordered to stop production, this was where he hid some of those bottles of Grange. Convenient little hidey hole where he could stash them away.
So what is it that makes Grange so revered?
Well, look, I think it's the philosophy behind making it, and that hasn't changed since Schubert invented the wine, that we select the fruit on merit. We go looking for the very best Shiraz that we can get our hands on in any given vintage. And today, the centre of gravity is in the Barossa Valley, but we never discount the fantastic fruit that we get from this vineyard, Magill Estate, or from McLaren Vale or Coonawarra. It's still being made using those time-honoured techniques, so it's become our icon wine, and nothing's changed.
Wow, this is impressive. What's in these vats?
Well, these are the vats that were used to mature Saint Henri. Now, Saint Henri is a very famous Penfold wine style, but in fact the name Saint Henri predates our ownership. It was first created just up the road at the AAADA winery by a Frenchman, Leon Edmond Mazur, back in the 1880s. And then we rebirthed it under the Penfold masthead in the 1950s, and we decided to rebirth Saint Henri to pay homage to Mazur, but also as an alternative expression of Shiraz to Penfolds Grange.
Helen Keller, as in American vision and hearing impaired Helen Keller, author, activist.
The one and only. She visited the cellars here in 1948. And would you believe she was able to measure the capacity of this massive vessel by counting the number of arm spans it took to do a lap. And someone told her how tall it was, and she did the equation in her head to measure the capacity. And I'm told by an eyewitness that she was within a few hundred gallon of getting it exact.
What a woman.
Amazing.
So these look very precious.
Oh, they certainly are. This is Max Schubert's Curio collection. These are a collection of one-off rare wines that Max made. And, you know, some of them I think are unicorns. I don't think there's another one that exists of this wine. It's a blend that he made of 2/3 Grange Shiraz and 1/3 Grange Cabernet Sauvignon from 1959, would you believe?
Oh gosh.
There's also the Bin 60A. Some people think it's the greatest Australian wine of the 20th century, a legendary wine. And we've got a copy of the fermentation chart that Max drew up for that very first 1951 Grange.
Thank you so much for having us here at Penfolds today. It's been wonderful.
Oh, Claudia, you're welcome. We love visitors and we love telling our story.
It's been so good. Hey, have you seen Gregory, Jamie?
He did mention something about going to look for a big bottle of wine.
Oh, there he is!
Look at him!
Hi guys, look what I found!
Let's take you inside and find you a proper bottle of wine.
I think that's a good idea.
I think so. Pam, I've got a very interesting item here. What is it?
Well, it's glass with a string. I think it might be a candle snuffer with the string, so if the glass doesn't get hot, it gets hot, you can use the string.
Oh, so you can carry it away like that
Yes.
because you don't want to burn yourself on the
Yes.
glass. Interesting guess. Randall, now this is a very curious object. Can you tell me, what is it, sir?
It is very curious. Well, given that it's glass and there's a string attached, I think it might be used to hold medicine. And so you have a bit of a swig of your medicine and the string is there so you don't lose it, so you wrap it around your arm.
Ah, so we don't want that medicine to get away. Greg, we've had some interesting guesses for this little object. What is it?
I'm sure I know what it is.
Okay.
It's glass. It's got a wick. To me, it has explosive goes into it. And then they use this wick obviously to light and then set it off.
Are you telling me that this is a Molotov cocktail?
It could well be.
Do you want to guess the mystery object? Head to our Facebook and Instagram pages to enter.
Now this is great. That's not a musty, dusty showroom.
No, this is the gallery side, so where people don't want to put an item to auction, it can sit here in the gallery, so you get some pretty unique and special items coming through here at any one stage.
What a piece.
Pretty impressive, isn't it?
It is.
It is. It was made for the 1851 Great Exhibition held in London at the Crystal Palace by Charles Mee & Sons.
Oh, and of course, for those expositions, they always wanted to show the best craftsmanship. So I imagine that's why it's so highly decorative.
That's it. It's the best of that maker at that period of time.
And it's all porcelain, because this looks like ormolu.
That's it. It's not ormolu, it's all porcelain. So imagine the technique that they have to go through in order for the actual porcelain not to collapse while it's wet.
And it's not done in a mould.
No, these weren't done in moulds. No, it's all handmade and, yeah.
And stunning hand painting.
Extravagant hand painting on that, and it's on both sides as well.
Oh. It's very elaborate. It looks like a hall stand, but I'm guessing there's more to the story than that.
It is. It's actually a sword stand.
A sword stand.
It was made during the 1500s, about 1550, for the entrance, the vestibule of, say, a cathedral, so that you weren't allowed to bring your swords into the church or cathedral. So what you do is remove your cloak, drape it over the rod here, remove the hat, put it on the dragon hooks.
Yes.
And your swords would go standing in here.
Gentlemen, would you please check your swords at the door? That's the idea.
That's exactly it.
So we have a pair of hounds on either side.
That's it. Then you've got they're carved figures everywhere on the piece, like in the middle with the scales. So that would be...
Justice, yep. And this is a woman holding a mirror.
Yeah, so vanity there. It's just extravagant. It's over the top, isn't it?
Any idea who owned it?
Well, it's got a coat of arms on the top and the bottom of the House of Valois, which was Henry II.
Now, Now, as a total contrast, we have a fantastically bold Peter Blake. He's written his signature very, very boldly here. Now, I'm guessing this is Peter Blake, the British pop artist.
The very same one.
Yeah.
You know, Sgt. Pepper's, the Beatles album.
Yep.
Yeah, he was the one who designed that.
It's a beaut piece, and being the Chinese lucky number, maybe we'll have a Chinese buyer for this one.
You never know, but I would love this on my wall.
I'll fight you for it.
Yeah.
Now, Mark, this piece is so lavish, so rich. It's like eating fruitcake for breakfast.
Isn't it? It is. It's the Judgement of Paris. It's made by Meissen after a model by Candler, who famously did the Swan service. It would have been one of the largest figure groups they ever made.
So would this have been one of a series?
We know of 2 others that exist. There's one sitting in a European Royal Collection, one in an American college museum of all places, and then...
One here at Plessis Auctions.
That's it.
This is just exquisite, and I think, Mark, we've only just scratched the surface of what you have here at Plessis.
We have. I mean, look, don't forget, we are an auction room, so gallery's different. Auction room, humble decanter, side chairs, tables, anything you can use in your house and home, so it's perfect.
Oh, we've had a wonderful time. Thanks so much for having Antiques Down Under at your place today.
Always welcome.
I don't know, I look at this and I can only dream.
I'm with Peter Valentine from Valentine's Antiques, and Peter is the Vice President of the AAADA, the Antique and Art Dealers Association of Australia. Peter, can you tell us a bit of history about the AAADA?
It's an exciting group that's come together. The Victorian and the New South Wales have been around for about 60 plus years, but the AAADA as an association nationally has actually been around for about 25 years.
Would you class this as Australia's premier event in the antiques industry?
Yeah, we certainly do. We've virtually got 40 plus of Australia's best antique dealers in every aspect of the antique trade, whether it be jewellery, porcelain, art, antique furniture.
Well, I think we should go for a walk and have a look, don't you?
That'd be wonderful.
Okay, let's go. Got an interesting collection here, Peter. What can you tell us about it?
Well, these ones here are lovely Staffordshire dogs. The pug dogs are always very collectible, dating from around about the 1880s. Of course, when you come to a fair like this, you can certainly come and speak with the dealers that have incredible knowledge about these things, and we'll elaborate. So it's certainly worth coming in to see these.
It is.
They love passing on all their knowledge.
They do, don't they? And that's what it's about. Well, Peter, we're about to turn the corner and discover some amazing Australiana.
We certainly are. Another fantastic stand, Simpson's Antiques. Have a wonderful array of Australian furniture and collectibles.
I'm here with Anne Schofield, who is the queen of antique jewellery in Australia. She's a dealer, she's a collector. Excuse me while I just
please
step
do.
over here and
yes, do
pop
try
these
them.
on.
Absolutely gorgeous.
They're beautiful.
Yes.
I have such a soft spot for Art Deco. I think it is the most elegant period. It really is. Would they be Australian?
No. Made in England of carved pieces of coral, which was mined in the Mediterranean, where the coral came from then, and carved in China.
Ah.
See, all that carving, and the same with these amber earrings, that is carved in China.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
That's a pleasure.
And I know you'll keep collecting. And you'll keep surprising us with these beautiful treasures that you have.
Look at the owl.
The owl is stunning.
Isn't it?
The owl, he's pretty fabulous.
Beautiful.
He's Italian.
Yes.
18 karat gold, a little marquise ruby eye, diamonds around the eye, and then hand enamelled.
beautiful.
A double clip at the back, so
Just
it's
to be
quite
sure.
stable.
To be sure, to be sure.
Yes. Yeah, it's quite a fabulous thing.
Do we know anything about the Italian maker?
We don't. He's not marked. Can't tell you too much more about him other than that we found him in America.
You found him in America?
Yeah.
And you said, ciao.
We did.
My
we
friend.
did.
How old is he?
He's mid-century, so he's not super old. Definitely from that cocktail sort of vibe, you know, ladies having fabulous.
Yes,
big
I need to be wearing my cocktail rings when I'm playing with this one. Oh my goodness, look at this. Is it a monkey?
It is a monkey. He's pretty special too. He's by Asprey in London. So Asprey, known as Asprey Gerard now.
Yes.
Gerard being known, of course, for making Princess Diana's wedding ring and being one of the crown jewellers. But this fellow was actually made in Italy.
Well, big hard decisions here, spending money. What sort of prices have you put on
How much
these?
are they?
Well, look, I can give you an idea. The owl, he is 12,000. However, he comes with an appraisal from a gemologist and a jeweller, justifying that figure, of course. And the beautiful monkey from Asprey is 10,000, again having an appraisal.
Now, the antique fair, it runs how long for?
Well, it runs for 3 full days with a gala opening obviously on the Thursday night. So, and of course here at White Bay.
Yeah.
Throughout history, people have gone to extremes, all in the name of beauty. Think about Victorian England. The tiny waist was the height of female refinement. But look at these lovely little shoes. These are Chinese lotus shoes, and they tell a very dark story in China's history, all in the name of beauty. Now, how could a Chinese woman squeeze into these tiny shoes? By having her foot bound and broken at the age of 4 or 5 years. And why? Because the smaller your feet, the greater your chances in life, the more alluring you were. The shoes were handmade from silk and embroidered. This pair has dainty flowers, goldfish and birds. How could something so beautiful be the instrument of such torture? It's said that foot binding was started by a 10th century court dancer who bound her feet and danced on her toes to entice the Emperor Li Yu. And her dance was thought to be very exotic and erotic. So the court ladies bound their feet and it became a symbol of the elite. But there are different sizes in the lotus shoe. The golden lotus shoe is the most desirable, and that's only 8 centimetres long. The next was the silver lotus, and that was 10 centimetres. And if your feet were bigger, you were an iron lotus, and that was up to 13 centimetres. Now, considering that the average woman's shoe, a size 8, is 25 centimetres long, that makes these painfully tiny. While foot binding may have started with the elite, it filtered down through the population, and poorer families saw it as a way out if their daughters could marry well. There's even the thought that women had their feet bound so that they could stay in one spot, embroidering and doing textile work and taking advantage of their labour. So the next time you say, "Oh, my feet are killing me," I want you to spare a thought for the ladies who had to wear these little shoes. They really had something to whinge about.
Now, Lee, please tell us what it is. I had a lot of guesses for potpourri holder.
Well, no. It's a hair receiver.
A hair receiver.
A hair receiver. Edwardian ladies kept this jar on their dressing table, and after brushing their hair, they would clean the brush, and push the hair down through this hole. And over time they would accumulate a hairball, which they'll combine with others. And then this would be placed on the head and the hair arranged around it to create those enormous hairstyles.
Of course, because the Edwardian hairdos were very big and came around the sides like that, so you could just
And the
pop it in.
economical way to do that was to use your own hair.
That is fabulous.
The ideas they had before we had recycling.
That's amazing. So we've heard of receding hair. This is a hair receiver.
Yes.
Next time on Antiques Down Under, a collection of fine Australian pottery.
I learn about early South Australian artists.
And we visit the Cedars, the studios of artists Hans and Nora Hyson.
Quality, we've had a wonderful time at the fair with so many priceless treasures.
Oh, what about this? An original Wedgwood Portland vase. We'll see you next time with more treasures on Antiques Down Under.